It is Thursday, March 13th. Sunshine, a little bit of high clouds, but pretty nice. It's probably like 50 something. Light wind. Beautiful, beautiful day for Buffalo, New York. So last time I was down here like a week ago, this was all snow packed, but you can see snow's all gone. We do have to remove that. That was a winter damage. Got some water here. So this is kind of wet, but you know, for middle of March, it's actually pretty dry. So I couldn't get the tractor all the way back here, but this section in here is good. And this, we didn't get to this in the fall, so hopefully we'll be able to get the small riding tractor back here. So these things grow into those things real quick. So we like to cut these down once or twice a year. And I didn't do it in the fall, so I'm thinking about I could do it in the spring. I suppose this part here I probably could just use the combi with the brush blade on it, because there isn't much. We gotta finish up. See, we got all that done. This is a section we didn't get to here. We'd like to finish this up, and that needs a pole saw and the brush cutter. This section is probably easier done with a riding mower. I suppose I could do it with the brush cutter, but we'll see. But I will take a moment to point out we did the trimming in the fall, cleaned up the brush line here, and I walked this on the way down, and there's only a couple sticks here and there. There's no big snow load, broken limbs in that, so this all cleaned up real nice for the spring. See if we can see the fox out on the runway. So this is where the wind blows off the runway, and it makes a pretty deep snowpack. So we will not be able to get a tractor this far, and it'll still be probably a couple weeks before all this melts. Here, there's our friend the fox. What's he doing out there? Yeah, so it'll be a while before all this melts. Whoops. To get the tractor all the way to that far end, but I could walk the brush cutter back. I probably could get the tractor all the way up to here. See, and this all needs to get all this stuff that, if you let it grow another year, will start looking like that, which we don't want. So it's probably easier done with the tractor, although it's pretty wet. And we cleaned up along this brush line in the fall. You can see it's in pretty good shape all the way down. Yeah, but we did not get to all the small brush in there. And it's just too much for our brush cutter. We're going to need to get the tractor back into here to take care of this. I like to cut this before things start growing, the grasses and the flowers and everything, so that when they do come up, they can have the whole summer, because I cut them a couple weeks in, then the major growth's already gone, and you don't get all the nice tall grasses and wildflowers. So we'll see if we can get the tractor, the RX-75, 73, I think it's 73, back in here. Yeah, and the fence line we cleaned up. No, well, not much overhanging stuff. Yeah, I'm surprised the snow's gone already from all this. This is definitely tractorable here. Yeah, so this section here too, when the tall grasses are in there, you can't see, but there's starting to get quite a bit of small brush in there. So I probably need to do that part too. I don't like to cut more than I need to. on these sections, just because some things need a couple years to grow, and yeah. But if I don't, then by next year this will all be thick stuff and it'll be hard to do. Okay, we put this in the fall to connect from along there. You can kind of see in the springtime it's all muddy and wet. It's actually not too bad this year. But they connect it and they come down here. But when we were designing this, it was a good thought, but you can see this is when the tractor comes up, the deck gets hit going both ways. So what I need to do is take this piece out, move it, dig it down, turn it around so that this lays on this part 1.5 inches down, so that this is actually at the same elevation then as this board. And we have the elevation to do it. So that's something that has to happen pretty soon, because it's hard to get the tractor. Got to drive like at an angle, go off the side so I don't bind up the deck. But that shouldn't be too bad. A shovel and a rake and a pickaxe, and we'll just drop that, pull it, drop it down 1.5 inches, rotate it, and be good. And you know, that's 1.5 inches, right? So I did make pieces that had an angle that looked like that were going to go along here on both sides, so that when the wheel comes up it doesn't hit and push, it rides up. And we have those, we can put those in. You kind of see, let's see how muddy it is. Well, it's pretty firm actually. Sometimes you sink in like 4, 5, 6 inches in the mud. So I think that the underlying part isn't thawed yet. I think it's just because the snow has just been off for a day or two. So I bet you the ground is still pretty frozen underneath. But that's why we built this right here, so we can walk and get our RX-73 back here. It looks like that pond still got quite a bit of ice on it. See, we get these a couple of puddles here which have been created from, in the days gone by, snowmobiles and mini bikes. They seem to like to get stuck and then spin the wheels or the tracks and shoot mud everywhere, but then it makes a depression and the water sits there. So that's part of what we're going to look at, how to connect that part through here. That we had a section in here, but that's 20 years old. It's starting to fall apart. That's another section to work on.